We're getting more information coming in on the IPO for Elon Musk's SpaceX. The blockbuster IPO expected to be priced as soon as June 11th and then list on the NASDAQ on June 12th under the ticker SPCX. And Reuters is reporting this is an acceleration of SpaceX's public offering timeline. Interesting. Originally, it had been planned for later in June, maybe around Elon Musk's birthday, but a faster SEC review of the filing pushing the timeline forward. Sources telling Reuters the company prospectus could be public as soon as next Wednesday, and a roadshow launch targeted June 4th. Let's do it. This is going to be one of the biggest IPOs, if not the biggest IPO of the year.
Just a quick correction, of all time, by miles, hands down, no contest. If true, an accelerated timeline. I mean, that's less than a month away. Guess I better hurry up and launch a new OnlyFans to raise some cash to buy SpaceX at the IPO. It's hard to know exactly what is true and what is simply rumour. A lot of information appears to have been leaking out. Obviously, we'll know for sure in a week or two. But here's something that appears to be legit. Via Financial Times, quote, SpaceX is intending to guarantee Elon Musk cannot be fired and offering a $1 trillion pay deal linked to building a colony on Mars. Elon Musk replied to this, quote, yes, I need to make sure SpaceX stays focused on making life multiplanetary and extending consciousness to the stars, not pandering to someone's bullshit quarterly earnings bonus. Obviously, if SpaceX succeeds in this absurdly difficult goal, it will be worth many orders of magnitude more than the economy of Earth. But don't expect entirely smooth sailing along the way. So on the last point, no shit, Sherlock, it's definitely going to be a bumpy ride. And as a future SpaceX investor, this is music to my ears. The last thing I would want is a short-sighted, small-brained fuckwit who thinks they know better getting in the way of the long-term mission of SpaceX, which is to make life multiplanetary. The last thing I would want is the captain of the ship being pressured to or actually being removed because he was too busy focused on the long-term goal of making life multiplanetary and not focused enough on pumping up the stock for the next quarter, pumping up earnings for the next quarter. This is a very important confirmation from Musk. It protects SpaceX and investors from deranged lunatics who also happen to own SpaceX stock from pressuring Musk to do things that are not in line with the company's long-term goals for their own personal short-term benefit, not for the good of the company or its long-term mission. It assures Musk will be able to make the decisions he believes are necessary and not be concerned about some dipshit forcing him out because he didn't pump the stock up enough for them to hit their quarterly target. This also bodes well for a potential SpaceX-Tesla merger in the future with similar protections. There's always going to be someone, actually quite a few people, that think they know better. But you know what there isn't? A single other person on the planet with Musk's track record over multiple decades across multiple domains. And until such point in time where somebody can bring a track record along with their feedback, I am very happy to know that the armchair Einsteins won't be able to force Musk to do a thing. Importantly, the fact that potential SpaceX investors will know the deal, the terms of ownership before the company IPOs is fantastic. Don't like it? Don't own the stock, bitches. Let's read a few key points from the article. Headline, SpaceX IPO set to lock in Elon Musk's control with a Mars-linked pay deal. Investors expected to accept a $1.75 trillion valuation, weak shareholder rights, and billionaire's sci-fi business vision. SpaceX has proposed one of the most aggressive corporate governance regimes in US history, intending to guarantee Elon Musk cannot be fired and offering a $1 trillion pay deal linked to building a colony on Mars, which, by the way, we discussed a few weeks ago on this channel. The unprecedented structure has not deterred investors. Now, I just have to jump in here. As I was saying earlier, this is actually not a deterrent at all. The polar opposite of a deterrent. This is an extremely positive thing for at least this future SpaceX investor. The last thing I want is a fuckwit, or many fuckwits, ousting Musk and fucking up the long-term mission of the company. Back to the article. The unprecedented structure has not deterred investors who are overlooking weak shareholder rights and a science fiction business strategy for a chance to own a unique company headed for the largest ever IPO. The article continues, Musk is targeting, as opposed to SpaceX, kind of weird, but okay. Musk is targeting a listing next month to coincide with a rare alignment of planets, his 55th birthday on June 28th, and ahead of the 250th anniversary of the US on July 4th. I'm sorry, is this article attempting to claim that the SpaceX IPO is specifically planned to land on a specific day just so it can coincide with the rare alignment of planets and his birthday and ahead of the 250th anniversary of the US. This makes no fucking sense. If the IPO were on the 250th anniversary of the US, okay, did they just go scrape, hey, what are some upcoming dates and things of note that are before or after or close to the IPO that we can say he's trying to target? What? This is bizarre. Anyway, as we've heard today, potentially 12th of June. Is there any significance to that date other than the fact that it's as soon as fucking possible? Probably not. Time is of the essence. While figures are still fluid, the rocket maker has discussed raising about $75 billion at a $1.75 trillion valuation. And here's a quote. Quote, from a strict corporate finance perspective, the valuation makes no sense, but Elon is great at getting people to dream, said a person advising on the deal. Quote, large asset managers are very keen on this IPO. There is a lot of demand and a lot of Elon fans. Oh, this is good. Officials responsible for New York and California public pension funds this week wrote to SpaceX expressing, quote, serious concerns over what they called, quote, the most management favorable governance structure ever brought to the US public market at this scale. Now, let's just take a moment here. This is exactly what I was talking about. Can you imagine the fuckwits over in California, public pension fund, or New York, trying to swing their weight around and get Musk removed at some point in the future? What they're really saying right now is we have serious concerns that we won't be able to control Elon Musk, which is good. Back to the article. Musk would control a supermajority of Class B stock with 10 times the voting power of ordinary shares, according to people familiar with last month's confidential S1 filing. Musk already owns 40% or more of the shares and more than 80% of the voting power, which, by the way, might explain why SpaceX has been able to do what they've been able to do so far. Prospectus warns potential investors that Musk can only be removed by Class B shareholders and that he will continue to control the election and removal of directors as long as he holds his stake. This will limit or preclude your ability to influence corporate matters. Perfect! SpaceX will also require mandatory arbitration for shareholder disputes, eliminating the risk of the protracted, total bullshit, I will add, ridiculous, absurd, public lawsuits he faced in Delaware and California about Tesla and Twitter. Musk will further entrench his control if he hits a series of share price targets linked to moonshot goals. By the way, just to be clear, as far as I'm aware, it's not just share price, aka market cap, but also operational milestones, much like Tesla. For example, a permanent self-sustaining colony of 1 million plus inhabitants on Mars. Oh, there we are. In January, SpaceX's board approved a package that could see Musk awarded as many as 200 million Class B shares if the company grows to a $7.5 trillion valuation and establishes a 1 million strong human colony on Mars. Musk could also get up to 60 million more super voting restricted shares if SpaceX reaches a $6.6 trillion valuation and builds a network of data centers in space that is capable of delivering 100 terawatts of computing capacity. And for context, the biggest terrestrial data centers currently deliver 1 to 2 gigawatts. So basically 100 times larger than the largest Earth-based data centers. Oh, is that all? Further in the article, a very amusing quote from a venture capitalist. I am not saying our investment process is to just give him money for anything he wants, but to be honest, that wouldn't have been a bad strategy. Never bet against Elon. Good advice. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.